Hello Pisces, welcome to your July 2025 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. I don't know if you're here for the layout and the shuffle, but these cards were pre-pulled from your summer 2025 reading, which I invite you to listen to. I will summarize these a bit, but I go into much more detail about these cards, even though that reading is fairly short because it only covers 2 months of an overview. We do go into a lot more detail with these cards. But with that said, I just wanted to say one more thing. We have pulled fairy cards for your 3 legs here. And as you know, I cut your month into thirds. Sometimes the last leg comes out first. It depends on which Pisces I am speaking with. But that said, we pulled the fairy cards, and to commemorate this, I have pulled some dirt. And this dirt is actually from Ireland. It's from the Irish countryside. The locals there guided us to a place called the Fairy Tree. And the Fairy Tree was this really big, beautiful tree. And legend has it where if you tie a ribbon on the fairy tree and make a wish, your wish will come true. The Fae will grant you your wish. So this is dirt from that tree, from the base of the tree. And, you know, a long story short, I did tie a ribbon on it. And yes, the Fae did grant my wish. But that is a story for another day, Pisces. So with that said, let's get started. Let's summarize this. It says release, surrender, and purge. Looks like there is something that you're going to have to release, surrender, and purge. I'm going to move these things out of the way really briefly so we can get to the meat here. You have Here you have the Seven of Cups, and in this particular deck, the Seven of Cups is just water energy. That's the only correspondence it has. And as when we did your summer reading, I went into great detail about this card because it's really interesting. This deck is very interesting. And in this deck, this particular card, the cups represent the 7 deadly sins. And so they're temptations, if you will, right? So you're at a crossroads. This is crossroads energy. And you will have the truth is, you're going to have a different choice. You're going to have a choice of between something that's very sparkly and beautiful and tempting and something else that may not look as sparkly, but it's real and it really holds a lot more value. Yeah, so here you have, first up, you have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer energy. And I remember your other reading, your summer reading, you pulled One Enchanted Evening. So this could very well be the obvious thing is it could be a partnership between you and someone else romantically. With all this cups energy, that could be true. Another possible meaning is a partnership between you and somebody else or something else, you know, goal-wise, money-wise. As we get into the reading, we'll see. You do have here the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is Piscean energy. As we know, this is one of your power cards here, Pisces. And, you know, he's hanging there and he's being asked to see things from a different perspective. And so he is taking a time out. He is trying to determine something, and I really like that for you here, Pisces. You do have, interestingly enough, the Queen of Swords. Now, these larger cards, I only take them upright, but when they come in reverse, I at least take note of it. And this particular card did come in reverse. And this is Saturn in Libra energy. And for this card to come in reverse and for us to take it in the upright, it's something that is presenting one way, but is actually another. Okay? So someone may not be exactly how they see something, or someone is not what it seems. The Queen of Swords in reverse, it could be a very manipulative person, could be somebody who's sort of gets angry very quickly, sort of unstable that way, nasty. Could be male or female, so don't let the sex throw you here. But there is someone. Now, this is someone. This could very well, with that Seven of Cups card, be somebody that's tempting you with something that isn't what it seems. Okay, could that be a relationship? Absolutely. Does it have something to do with this Two of Cups energy? No, these are two separate things. So it looks like you're being offered something of value, something of beauty, and like I said, that could be a brand new job, a brand new goal, a brand new road towards that goal that you want, or it could be a brand new partnership in a person romantically. But either way, there is something else in your energy here for sure. Yeah, look at these cards. All right, all of these cards are in reverse, and I have to tell you, I'm really getting the feeling, like I did in the first reading, that this queen, and like I said, male or female, this archetype is sending off this energy, okay? So here you have the King of Wands in reverse, and this is Sun in Leo, manipulative, cheater. And when I say cheater, it could be a romantic cheater, or it could be someone who's just manipulative and a liar. Someone who has oppressive energy, very forceful energy. Here you have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this queen or this king is looking, it doesn't want you happy. The 10 of Cups in the upright is Neptune and Pisces energy. They want unhappiness for you. There's someone here that's looking to offer you a cup full of snakes, because even this card, the Six of Wands, which is Jupiter and Leo energy, and you know, this is a card of confidence, of success, of triumph, of recognition, and it's in reverse, right? Somebody that wants control over you, somebody that's trying to keep you in a place where you're not confident, someone doesn't want you to win, someone who does not want you to win, okay? And you're being asked to release, surrender, and purge, okay? Yes, like I said, well, you know what? We'll get into this more and we'll see. But I do think that there's at least there are some people that where this does apply to a relationship, and there are literally a lot of people where this applies to some sort of work situation, some goal like that. When we add this up and we break it down here, we get Mercury, right? And two number sevens, which is it's a problematic thing. It's not very stable energy here. So, you know, Mercury is an interesting thing to pull, because for the month of July, most of July, between the pre-shadow and everything else, Mercury will be in retrograde. What happens? Things get messed up. Messages get messed up. Miscommunications. You could say something, somebody could take it the wrong way. Somebody who's manipulative can use this energy very easily to confuse you here, for sure. So keep that under your hat here as we go along. Here we have these two cards you pulled. One is transits. I'm having a problem picking these cards up today. I don't know what it is. One is transits, and the transit says insight, movement, and change. Absolutely. There is some sort of, there could be a transit happening as well, but there is some movement required here. There's some movement going on, but you have descendant here. And that's attraction, relationship, partnership. It's that Two of Cups energy. The partnership could be anything. It could be a friendship. It could be romantic. All the things I said. I don't want to keep rehashing that, but just keep an open mind and apply it, you know, put it where it applies to you. It's energy, right? So you have Neptune here, and this obviously is your ruling planet, Pisces. And it's interesting because you pulled the transit card, and on July 4th, Neptune retrograde happens in Aries. And this calls us back to reality. Our head may have been in the clouds with someone or something. And as soon as that happens, as soon as July starts around that time, it calls us back to reality, and it tells you to look before you leap, assess it with that, definitely with that hanged man energy. Definitely stop, look, and listen type thing. You have Virgo here. And it says details, right? Yeah. What do Virgos do? They look at all the details. They're very, very methodical. You could be dealing with a Virgo or somebody with Virgo placements. You yourself could have Virgo placements. But no matter what, the energy of Virgo is very methodical. They think things out. I used to know a particular Virgo that loved taking things apart when he was a young, very young guy, taking things apart, putting them back together just to figure out how it worked, right? So it's very, very laid back, sort of, let me see what's going on, let me pull this apart. It's a very good energy, especially during a Mercury retrograde. It's really important. You have these two Lenormand cards. One says birds, one says man. Interesting. Now, these cards mean separate things separately, but together it's like it's dealings with a male. It's dealings with a man, a masculine in your life here, communications with a man. So we're getting a little warmer here. Could you be the male? Absolutely, you could be. But I think for most of you, whether you're male or not, I think you're dealing with someone like that. Not all of you, but most of you here, Pisces. On the other side here, you have the fire element, and it says ignition. And this card basically comes out when Spirit wants you to allow your own passion, your own spirit to sort of drive you forward, to ignite something in you. I wonder what that could be. It could be a passion you have for another human being. It could be a passion you have for a project, for something that, you know, that you hold deeply in your heart as far as a goal, could be like that. You also pulled the card, yeah, this makes sense, of called, right? Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up, right? And this is the called card, right? If you are being called to something, you're feeling a pull, and this is confirmation that you are destined to follow your fire. You're destined to follow your passion. There may be someone trying to get in the way of that, right? You do have your health here on the table. And so, you might be thinking more about your health, more about your diet, more about your working out. This could be your mental health. No matter what, your health could be affected by something that's going on in your life without you realizing it. I'm not saying it's like this awful thing, but when we're under stress or we're not on the right path, our bodies suffer for it. Our minds suffer for it. Sometimes we can't sleep. So just keep that under your hat. You have these two. Wow. So these are the cards of people around you that are thinking something and not sharing it. At least at the time you start listening to this reading, when you have two distinctly different energies. One is gaslight and one is honesty. It's just like what we talked about here. There is that, and I would say that this energy that we talked about, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, very gaslighty, right? It says, I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences. And along with that, you have an honest person. It says, I will be truthful and transparent in all interactions, even when it may be difficult. So I like that. I mean, it basically underlines everything that I said. You're going to have a choice that may not initially look as sparkly, but it's something you really need to look at as valuable, right? You do have here this ruin here. And this is Jinfaxi. And this is luck, balance, and support. You are supported here. And you're supported both by this honest, really nice person, and you're supported by spirit to get on the right path here. Definitely. You have pulled two witches ruins. You have the eye, and the eye is seeing clearly, seeing very clearly, right? And you also have waves, and the waves are carrying you from one place to another. Your letters are X, M, Z, N, W, and this could be someone's initials. It could be a company name. It could be a street name. Could be an airlines. Could be anything like that. Oh God, I hate when I do that. It could be anything like that. So keep an open mind, and either come back to this reading or definitely write them down on a piece of paper. And by the end of the month, one of them or all of them will mean something to you here, Pisces. Here are your three legs, and your first leg, and remember these can come out of order. It says comfort zone, right? Clinging to a comfort zone. Where you're at, sometimes where we're at, even though it might not be the right path, it's comfortable because we know it, right? Better the devil we know, right? So you could be clinging to some sort of comfort zone. You do have the Queen of Spring here. I like that. So you have the Queen of Spring, and the Queen of Spring is Sagittarius energy, determination, attractiveness, confidence, sex appeal. This could be the person in question, or it could be you. You could be exuding all this energy. But you do have the 8 of Autumn coming in here right after that. That's Virgo energy. It's more Virgo energy up here. And the 8 of Autumn is long-term projects, right? It's work you are proud of. It's the law of attraction. This is very goal-oriented reading for someone, okay? Because you here have the 4 of Autumn, and the 4 of Autumn is Capricorn energy, holding on to what you feel is yours rightfully. This could be something that you're holding in. This could be something that you're keeping to yourself. It is stability, and whatever it is you're thinking about here, maybe you've been told it won't give you stability in the long run, but I beg to differ. We add this up and we break it down. We get Jupiter energy, which is that luck, optimism, expansion type of energy. Really nice. Stop clinging to a comfort zone. I think you need to address that in that Hanged Man position this month here, Pisces. Here you have celebration, gifts, and abundance. Very nice card. You may have a gift that you need to share with people. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a creative. Maybe you create websites. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. I don't know. There's something here, though. And you have the 3 of Autumn coming in, and this is more Capricorn energy. And this is other people getting involved in this thing, right? It's attaining, and it's also attaining mastery, working with others, rewards from that work, right? You have the 6 of Summer, and this is the center of your reading, okay? the very center, and we know that the center card is pretty pertinent, and it's Scorpion energy, and it's a rekindling of something from the past. Could it be a rekindling of a relationship? Yes. Could it be a rekindling of an old dream that you had that you sort of, it started collecting dust because you put it on a shelf? Yeah, it could be either of those things. It's something from the past coming back. And here you have the world. And the world is Jupiter fixed energy, and it is new beginnings, right? New beginnings, completing an old cycle, moving on to a new cycle. There's someone here, or there's some sort of energy here that's looking to keep you stagnant, keep you stuck. And I do think that you're being called. It's like a calling almost, right? A freedom to do anything with that world card. It's time to complete something. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Jupiter again. It's that luck expansive energy. You are going to be very expansive this month here, Pisces. On your last leg, it says, remember and awakening. Remember and awakening. You know, when I think of awakening, I do think of that Hanged Man card. I do. It is an awakening. It's like a light bulb moment, right? And your first card here is the Six of Autumn. It's like a breadcrumb energy. There's someone here in the background that's breadcrumbing you. Someone trying to get close to you, maybe for your ideas for your money. Maybe it's someone trying to keep you in a box by giving you just enough. And you're saying to yourself, maybe, well, at least I know what I have here. I know that I'm getting X amount of dollars. I know that I'm going to have a guaranteed X, Y, and Z, where that other thing is very risky. And this person could be playing upon those fears of yours. We only have a certain amount of time here on Earth, okay? And if you have a gift you need to share with someone, or you have something that's really screaming to be let out, just do it. You don't want to live your life in regret. But you have the Seven of Autumn coming in sideways, and the Seven of Autumn is the Taurus energy. And that's like waiting for a harvest. And you're trying to figure out whether you want to continue to wait for this harvest that you feel may be impending, but it's unsure, or do you want to just stick with what you know? So that's why it's the sideways card is always a decision, at least in my readings. Here you have the Princess of Winter, and the Princess of Winter is Aquarius energy, and this is a message that comes in. Maybe, it's interesting because I'm looking at that thing that's rekindled from the past, and I look at this like it is an awakening, right? Something that you need to remember. What is it that you forgot, Pisces? You forgot something that was tucked away. I'm pretty sure you got something like this in your reading before, where Spirit was calling you to share something, to do your life's dream, and you put it on a shelf saying it's not sensible. I have to do the sensible thing. You have somebody here that's pushing you into a box. You're in a comfort zone. But that comfort zone, believe me, the comfort zone doesn't last. It becomes a prison after a while. Take it from me, okay? So when we add this column up and we break it down, we get Uranus energy, which is Aquarian energy again, and that is unexpected change. It could be an unexpected change that goes on in your head with that light bulb moment. You only have one life here, Pisces. Now looking at your challenges, yeah, look. In your challenge position, look what you have there. What did I say? So somebody's going to tempt you with something and also deceive you. I think both of these things are true with this card. There is a deceiver here. We don't take these upside down. You have the Eight of Wands, so moving forward is going to be a little challenging. You're going to have to move out of your comfort zone. Mercury and Sagittarius energy, moving ahead. It's necessary. Let me see if I can make this refocus. It's necessary, but it's going to be a little difficult. You're going to go struggle with this. And wouldn't you know it, you have the Deception card and the Temptation card and the Seven of Swords. And yeah, you have the Seven of Swords. This is someone's, listen, it could be strategy, but I don't think it is. This is too many deception cards here on the table. There is someone who's being very sneaky with you. There's a deceptive energy here. You have here the Eight of Cups, and that is Saturn and Pisces energy. And you see the comet very clearly on that. It's an important milestone the comet represents. You see on this side, he's walking away. And on this side, maybe the child is watching him walk away. Maybe it's you in the past saying, good for you. You're walking away from that what no longer serves you. It doesn't feed your dreams. There's a milestone pictured here, right? And there is a question on this card, right? What will bring the greatest, deepest happiness to you over the long term? Not just now, but the long term. I think you already know the answer to that. You do. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury again. This Mercury retrograde energy is very important somehow. You have communication. Retrograde definitely may be a little challenging and confusing, but keep your head here. Here in your opportunities, you have rebirth. This is my card of Scorpio. Rebirth energy, transformation. You will have the opportunity to transform who you are, where you are. And here in your opportunities column, you have a sideways card. You have a decision to make. The Two of Swords, Venus in Libra energy. You have the opportunity to see and understand. This blindfold is metaphorical, right? Are you going to take it off and understand you're in the middle of turbulence here? Or are you going to keep it on and continue to be in your comfort zone? Once you make this decision, it is a defining moment. You'll have the opportunity to make it yourself, okay? You have the Moon card, and this is Cancerian energy, and this is your intuition. That blindfold, I mean, I'm looking at that blindfold and I'm saying to myself, is that blindfold covering your intuition? You have a chance to take it off and really understand where you're supposed to go. And here we go. Here is the 10 of Cups. You have the 10 of Cups in reverse over here, which is something that I told you. There's someone that doesn't want you to be free, happy. But here you go. In your opportunities, you have the ability to actually get the real thing. Remember when I said there is something being offered to you? Just don't make your mind up so quickly. It is Neptune and Pisces energy. It's true happiness. When we add this up and we break it down, no surprise, you get Jupiter energy again, right? That expansive luck, good fortune, good luck. You have the opportunity for a rebirth. You also have to watch out for this deceptive energy here, Pisces. I am going to close out your reading with one of these cards, and then we're going to do your numerology real quick, because I love tying things together like that. For Pisces, for July 2025. That is fascinating. This is the card of Pluto, Scorpio. And this, see that? I know it doesn't look the same, but it is the same energy in this deck. This is the mortification card here, Pisces. Death, decay, decomposition. What was once composed is now starting to decompose, right? What was once presentable is now despicable. There's something going on here, right, with this other energy. This stage can't be avoided, right? This is the underworld. This is that Pluto energy. It's time to both surrender, take your blindfold off, really stop, look, and listen. The alchemist will find that this card is a stage of regeneration and definitely sacred power. And the soil is fertile and rich, and it offers you nourishment, but for tomorrow. So please understand that there is something around you that needs to be purged. There is also something around you that needs to be appreciated, and that ring needs to be taken. Yeah, let's look at your numbers here. We add all the numbers up in this reading here, Pisces, and we break them down. Believe it or not, we get number 9, which is Mars energy. It's Aries energy. Where is your passion? Where's your passion leading you? Definitely fire energy, right? That card always reminds me of Mars. The number that we spoke on the most here was number 3, which is Jupiter. Remember how many times that came out? It's that expansive, it's more fire energy. It's that expansive energy, that luck, right? The planet that we spoke on the most here, believe it or not, was Neptune. And that is your ruling planet. So it's your power planet. You're going to be in a power position to take that blindfold off, especially, I think it was like the first week of July, right? When that transit happens. Definitely write that down. The sign that we spoke on the most was Pisces. And it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes the person I'm reading for, their sign doesn't come out at all. But your sign came out the most. I mean, it is a big deal. Neptune and Pisces here. The signs that we spoke on, though, were Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah. And I believe Taurus as well. Taurus as well. So we have Neptune times 2. Could be confusion for other people, but for you, I really think that it's going to be a powerful energy, a good energy for you. Jupiter, expansion and luck, and Mars, which is follow your passion. Don't forget to listen to your birthday reading. I know you probably think it's too late, but it's 3 blessings coming to you in 2025 and 2026. I really want to see how it measures up as date-wise, because I do give you dates and stuff. How it measures with this reading. Let me know, okay, Pisces? I'll talk to you later. Namaste.